Next, we have Jamie Garrett, who's 25 years old, from Hazelhurst, Mississippi. She received a Bachelor of Arts and Letters in Political Science and Foreign Policy and is currently pursuing a Juris Doctorate at Southern University's Law Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
My question is concerning sex. Why is it socially acceptable for a man to sleep around but not for a woman?
No. I want to be politically correct when I answer this question. Like she said, society has created this thing where a man, it's certain things that a man can do and get away with that it's just not right for women to do. Like, a man can go sleep around, like you say, he's looked at as a player, but if a woman does the same thing, she's looked at as a, you know, they got different names for them. I wouldn't want to say them, but it's just like, if a woman does it, I would feel like you're depreciating your body. But like, a man can do it, and like, it's nothing. And then for a woman to lay down with a man, I feel like it has to be feelings there. But with a man, he can go do it and there's no feelings there. So I think, like, as a woman, you know, you should respect your body more and, you know, treat it as a temple that it is. So that's why I think society has made it where men can do it and women can't.
Sister Adam, I think you better open that back door. I'm gonna respectfully disagree with my brother. Okay, on both ends, you know, I think when it comes to, especially looking at the way our community is in a position where, you know, HIV and AIDS or whatever. But when we're looking at society, like, who is society? Like, who is those people who saying it's acceptable for men to sleep around, and who is those people who saying it's not acceptable for women to sleep around? Okay, that's what we gotta look at. Women, you all are your worst enemies. We do not, honestly, men, if it's a sister who is sleeping around and making all the men happy in the society, we don't talk about her. You know who do? You do. So you all are the first ones that will dog a sister out. And then we find out from you all. And then am I saying that men don't disrespect women? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, a lot of that society that you all are saying that is acceptable, it comes from you all, you know, and it comes from you all, you know, setting the guidelines. Now, going back to something my brother said, yes, when it comes to men, we can at times sleep around and that's just it, you know. But we also got to understand that spiritually connected, you know, our bodies is made up in different ways. So when it comes to, you know, just sleeping around emotionally, we not as connected to that at times as women are.
Women set the standard for what is acceptable for men, and men set the standard for what is acceptable for women. An example of it is, the average man will not marry a woman that has 8 baby daddies. That's what we were talking about back there. But there are a large number of women who will marry a man that has 8 babies, you know, mothers. And so, so what needs to happen is, you know, women have to change the standard of what's, because men can't do it, because I can't tell Cassio what he can and cannot do, because Cassio has no motivation to spend the night at my house, none at all. But you can tell Cassio what he has to do, because ideally, you know, he wants to get married, so you are the person he would want to marry. So women have to stand together, and, you know, what'll happen is, sometimes women will talk, but then there's, you know, one sister in the group who, after everybody's talked about this guy, she'll still date this guy, you know, and she'll marry this guy. And so what has to happen is women have to be strong and say, no, you know, I'm not gonna tolerate this, and, you know, that y'all need to make a woman's pact. You know, we're just, certain things we're not gonna tolerate, and I promise you, men will do better.
At first, it starts off in society as a standard, you know, especially among young boys. It's like a trophy to see how many, well, I slept with 8, well, I slept with 11, catch up, you know, that type of stuff. And, you know, we would dab each other down about that type of thing. But at the same time, you know, it's wrong You know, it's wrong on both ends. And I do agree with my brother that there has to be a standard set, you know, and a man will only do to you what you allow him to do. If you set boundaries in the beginning, hey, you can't come to my house, you know, we can only meet over here, he got to abide by it. Other than that, he's going to move on to the next one who will. And if that's the case, then he wasn't for you in the first place, sweetheart. So therefore, you know, it's basically a standard that has to be set, and I'm in agreement with my brother here that, you know, it's not right that we do it, even though that we can kind of emotionally detach ourselves from a situation. It's like, oh, he hadn't called me and I just gave him something. He didn't care. I mean, just be real, he didn't care. Because if he did, he would have called you again and again and again and again and again. So with a woman, it's like you guys get emotionally involved because you're giving your body away. So if you're giving your body away, that's something you can't give back once you've given it. It's like the cookies are out of the jar. Once the cookies are gone, it's gone. The sweetness is left. I mean, I'm saying this in a comical way, but I'm being so serious.
Next, we have Kamikio Garrett. She's 28 years old from Hazelhurst, Mississippi. Received her bachelor's from the University of Southern Mississippi in the area of biological sciences.
My question today comes from keeping him interested. Do you think that open relationships help keep a man interested due to the fact that there are less restrictions?
My thing on open relationships, if you want to be involved in an open relationship, don't put a title on your relationship. If y'all gonna be friends, just be friends. Don't get involved in a relationship and where you want to be like, I want to see other people. You should have never put yourself in that position in the first place. So I think, like, with the open relationships, just don't put a title on your relationship if you still want to see other people.
I think when I was introduced as an attorney and pastor, and I'm just an attorney. But, you know, I will say, even if you look at it from a biblical perspective, look at David or Solomon, the more people, the more problems when it comes to relationships. So, you know, letting more people in, I promise you, it's only going, because eventually somebody's going to get jealous, somebody's going to get hurt. If a person really loves you, you don't have to make it convenient for them to love you. They'll just love you and they'll want to be with you. But anytime you've got to make accommodations, it's not really love.
I just wanted to break down the term open relationship. And I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like I'm preaching or nothing, but think about it. If you think about a relationship, that means commitment. Commitment. So you're going to put open, something that's free. So you mean you're basically going to give somebody a non-commitment? Because basically an open relationship, if I'm committed to you in a relationship, but yet it's open, it doesn't even make sense. They don't even go together. There's no such thing as an open relationship. It's either a relationship or it ain't.
Is it going to keep men interested? No. It just give us more options, and it's give us opportunity to, when we find something that is better than you, to move on a little bit quicker.
Next, we have Yahtzee Spencer. She's 22 years old from Jackson, Mississippi, a senior at Jackson State University, pursuing a bachelor's degree in the area of biological sciences.
My question for you is, why do men lie about cheating?
You know,
can I get some water?
You know, I'll just say, as a criminal defense attorney, people lie anytime they get caught about anything. It's not gender neutral. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's cheating. I mean, people just lie when they get caught in an uncomfortable situation.
I don't know if this is really a rebuttal, but I don't feel like the question was answered. We want to know, why do men lie about cheating? Why do you lie about there being another female in the picture, if that makes it sense?
Okay. Woo. Y'all dirty. Y'all said all these beautiful women up here all got degrees. Ooh, to ask us these questions. Dirty. Why do men lie about cheating? Some men do lie about cheating. But you have some men that is honest. And some women just don't listen. If I tell you that, and you got to look at the signs. Because if you question if your man is cheating, guess what? He is. So I should not have to tell you I'm cheating, because in your spirit, And in your heart, you already know. Because you see the signs. You say, okay, now I know this brother, he done bought new underwear. You know, he went from taking 4 showers a week to now he's showering every day. You know, it's just I'm just being funny. But honestly, he don't have to lie about cheating, because if you question if he's cheating, then more likely there's something going on and you're not sure that's what's going on, and he is. Now, but why do he lie about cheating? Because let's be honest, who really wants to get caught doing something that they don't have no business doing? So, and if every man that cheats doesn't mean that he's not in love or he doesn't want to be there. So I'm going to lie about it, and let me use me. I'm going to lie about it because guess what? 1, I don't want you to leave. 2, because I don't want you to be right.
Okay. I just wanted to elaborate on something that you said. Okay. You said guys, usually some of them, if they cheat, it's not because they don't love the person that they with. Can you explain how you can love a person but still at the same time cheat?
Just because I love you don't mean you have everything I want.
So why be there with her?
That's once again, I'm asking your question. You asked me, how can somebody love you? Just because I love you doesn't mean, not saying you don't have what I need. I'm saying is, just because I love you doesn't mean you have everything I want. Okay? And why stay? Why stay and not leave? Because you have something that I need at that time.
Okay, so you want your cake and eat it too?
Yes, ma'am. I didn't want to say, yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Okay, well, if the roles were turned and your girlfriend or your wife decides you don't have what she needs and she step out on you, do you view that as being the same? Do you?
No. Yes.
Do you view that as being okay?
I'm not saying I didn't say it was okay, but I think when we're looking at cheating, let's be honest. Women cheat. Y'all cheat just as much as men, but y'all do it a little bit better. Let's be honest. Women cheat. When I was in college, every girl that I dealt with was in a relationship. If you was not in a relationship, regardless of how you looked, I did not deal with you. And you know what? Y'all just do it a little bit better. So all people, y'all cheat just as much. But let me tell you the difference. What men do, because we stupid. When we know that we going somewhere and we don't have no business, what we do? We turn our phones off. So guess what happens? When you call me, I'm not answering my phone. It's going straight to voicemail. Okay? But you know what y'all do? Y'all already prepped the guy. Say, look, if my boo call, you don't say nothing. And see, we follow orders well. Y'all don't follow orders well. If I'm in the car and my phone ring and it's my girlfriend, I answer, you gonna do something to let her know I'm in somebody else around. So when we talk about cheating, we gotta understand, we get caught more, but y'all cheat more.
Well, why do men have such an urge to step
but I
out?
think that going back to what I said earlier is that sometimes, you can be with that person and they can have everything that you need, but there may be some, like you said, you answered, you want your cake and eat it too. There may be some little things that you want, that person does not have at the time. And why do we step out? Turn around. You see those women right there, therefore? That's why we step out. Look at them.
Oh, no. So you're
you wanna
saying
know
you have
why?
no self-control. That's what you're saying.
Look,
you have no self-control.
What I want to know, and kind of to piggyback on what she was talking about, like, why, when you have something that you said you need, why would you put it in jeopardy for something that you want?
I'll tell you like this. An old timer once told me when I was getting myself in a situation I had no business being in. He was like, boy, why is you gonna mess up your for show for some more? And to go back all the way back to the original question that I don't think we really hit on is why do we lie about cheating? The real question is why did we cheat at all? Because if you understood why we cheated, then you wouldn't have to understand why we lied about cheating. And I'll tell you what that stems from, lack of communication. Because something that I need from you, maybe I'm not communicating it to you well, because a lot of time a man doesn't really know how to express how he really feels. Or vice versa, there may be something that you need from me that you're not communicating it to me, because we can't read each other's minds. So if I'm not knowing what you need from me, but yet you're acting out in a way that I'm like, well, what's going on? Why is she acting this way? And I don't know, it's vice versa with the man. So if he starts acting out this way, that there's something that he's missing, that he's not communicating to you, that he's not getting from you, or a feeling or an emotion or something that he's dealing with that's not being dealt with, that is the root of the problem. See, the cheating, I'm sorry. Go ahead. See, it's just like when you're sick, you know, the sickness itself, the symptoms is the cheating. That lets you know that there was a problem before he went out and cheated. So the question is, what caused him to go out? And like I say, it's a lack of communication.
This will go to a dating question. Is there anything that a woman should not talk about on the first date?
Money. Get to know what I like before you get to asking about how much money I make.